Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Koopa Fantasy. I believe it's been a while, maybe like a week or even more. Today is the first day of the football season, so I'm sure everybody is very excited to watch Packers and Saints tonight. I know I can't wait. Before that gets underway, I thought I'd take the time to give you guys my deep sleepers and dud studs and my sit-em stardom for this week. I guess I will do the sit-em stardom first since that seems to be pretty popular. Um, my stardoms this week, I have five starts, five sits. These are players you're gonna want to maybe try to find room for in your roster. They might make a good replacement for a bye week or an injury. I know it's only week one right now, but that's kind of gonna be the what I'm looking for with stardom players. My first one's Joseph Adai. With Peyton Manning out for week one, I'm pretty sure they're going to need him to play or have a pretty good game to keep up with Houston's offense. And he's a smart veteran player, really knows their offense well, so I'm sure Kerry Collins will look to him for some support. And I think he's got some pretty good value in PPR leagues as well. He's got good hands on him. My next one is Mike Sims Walker. The Rams are opening up the season against like a pretty scary Philly D, but I got some confidence in the young QB Sam Bradford. I think he's got a talented receiving core to use, pretty spread out. I think he's gonna be able to find them. And I think Mike Sims Walker is gonna be one of his main red zone targets. And if he can throw a TD or two, I think Mike Sims Walker will end up with one. Jason Campbell, a QB for Oakland. I don't have a whole lot of faith in him overall, but I think going into Denver in week one, he's got a pretty decent option of having a game. He's got some young, fast receivers. Unfortunately, Lewis Murphy is out, but Jacoby Ford, I'm looking to have a big game. Santana Moss, he's a crafty route runner with consistent hands. Rex Grossman, I bet, will be looking for him a lot in their week one game. So I'm looking for Santana Moss in PPR leagues, especially. Tim Hightower, he's now the number one in Washington, apparently, hands down. He looks great in the preseason, looking to keep that momentum going into week one against the Giants. They've got a good defense, but Hightower's renewed presence and renewed speed. It's like you've seen the guy run, and it's pretty crazy. He looks a lot faster now, and he's got good pass catching ability, so he should be able to have a good game. And now for my sit-em players, I got Sean Green. I won't be suggesting to start this guy very often this season unless he shows something for real. It's taken him. LT has basically had to start sucking in order for this guy to become their number one, and I think LT is still going to steal from him on third downs and on the goal line. So Sean Green, I don't have a whole lot of faith in. Matt Stafford, he's going to have a breakout year if he stays healthy. Everyone's pretty much expecting that. But they're going into Tampa Bay week one. Tampa Bay's got a pretty stellar pass defense. I think they were like top five in the league last year, so you may want to hold off on this kid for week one. Austin Collie with Peyton Manning out, I don't think he's gonna have a whole lot of value. I think Reggie Wayne and Dallas Clark and Joseph Adai are gonna be the main targets of Kerry Collins as he gets through week one. So Collie, I kind of worry about here. Dwayne Bowe, I'm worried about as well. I think he's going to be a good receiver again this year. Him and Matt Castle have some more good connections. But week one, they play the Bills, who have a pretty weak run defense. And Casey's got an amazing run game. So I think Jamal Charles and Thomas Jones will be going to town on the Bills. Sean Moreno is a sit for me, pretty much because of Willis McGahee. Ray Rice owners pretty much know what the deal is. He steals TDs, he steals carries and that. So and I actually kind of like McGahee as a running back. Injuries have kind of slowed his progression in his career, especially coming out of college. But if one of these guys gets hurt, the other one's going to see a huge boost. So if McGahee can't play one week, Marino will see a huge boost. But right now, as long as they're splitting carries, I'm not really too comfortable using either one of them. And that is it for my sit 'em stardom for week one, guys. I'm now going to quickly go through my deep sleepers. My first one's Harry Douglas for Atlanta. They got one of the best offenses going into this year, and I think Harry Douglas is going to see some of that action. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets started off week one using his rather impressive speed. My other one is Thomas Jones. I think Jamal Charles is going to have to share this week because they're going to be playing the Bills defense, who sucks against the run, like I just said. So I think Thomas Jones is going to get his hands on the ball quite a few times in week one. I got Jacoby Ford for Oakland with Lewis Murphy out. Jacoby Ford and Darius Hayward-Bayer having the top receiving options besides their tight end Kevin Boss. And Darius Hayward-Bayer has been pretty much a bust his whole career. So Jacoby Ford could very much have a sweet game, especially if he's returning for them still, and your league counts return yards. Pierre Thomas and Darren Sproles for St. Louis. They're going to Green Bay, which isn't really a great matchup. But I think one of them is going to end up doing good. Mark Ingram's a rookie, still pretty untested. So I think Darren Sproles in PPR leagues or in return leagues could do good for you. Pierre Thomas, through the tackles, could end up with more touches than we expect. If you're looking for a tight end, Brent Selleck was a bit of a bust last year. The year before that, he was a monster. And Vic has said he wants to use Brent Selleck more often. So don't be surprised if he surprises you. My Dud Studs, players who may struggle week one. These are weekly starters and by any other means. Miles Austin going against the Jets. They got some pretty studly cornerbacks over there, and Antonio Cromartie and Dale Rivas, so watch out for him and Des Bryant. Matt Castle going into week one. He's going to be handing the ball off, I believe, most of the game. Will probably have a pretty low number of pass attempts. Chio Chocinco, I think it's going to take him a bit of time to really get included in the New England offense fully. I'm really looking forward to using him on a couple of my teams this year, but right now, week one, I think I'm going to have him on the bench for the most part. Felix Jones, he had a huge preseason for Dallas. He's really looking like he's going to give them a good threat in their run game. But going into week one against the Jets, no one really runs against the Jets. So unless you're in a PPR league and this guy's going to be pass catching, I really wouldn't be using Felix Jones. All right, and that's it for my deep sleepers and Dud Studs for week one, and my starting for week one. This has been Koopa Fantasy. Check out my blog, koopafantasy.com. Like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want. Go to my blog and rate, leave comments, do whatever. I fully appreciate it. More videos next week when once we're through the first week of games, we're all pumped up. I'll be going through there, having some new stardoms, getting some new posts every week. So make sure you check back. koopafantasy.wordpress.com.